Good morning. This is Kajukenbo After Dark. I'm Senior Grandmaster Jimenez coming out of South Lake Tahoe, California. It's a beautiful day up here. Gorgeous. If you have a chance, you guys need to come visit it. Today's show is going to be about one of my martial arts friends. Now, even though this is a Kajukenbo site, I just don't do Kajukenbo people too. I do other styles and people that I've known through my past martial arts career and have gotten close to and been close to, and I just thought I'd do a little shout out. This is for Master Anthony Daniels. He's Taekwondo. He's under George Kamagnani. He passed away a few years ago. But that's what I thought I'd shout out a little shout out about him because he was a hell of a man. At first, we really didn't get along. Not at all. He had a habit of just walking up and just grabbing you by your arm and yanking you to referee a different ring and stuff like that. And I put up with it a lot of times. And one day, I told him not to do that. And we kind of got into it. George had to kind of break it up a little bit. And then it just was funny. It was like a branch breaking. We became the best of friends. He was just like, just a good guy. We got along good, it was great. He's at every tournament. He used to throw his tournament. In fact, I took grand champion fighting at his tournament in Vallejo. And then, what else did he do? He set up tournaments in Reno, and he gave out nice awards. And, he even gave out awards to the black belts. As soon as we got there, all the black belts would have referee. And I'm not talking about a lame little medal or, a piece of paper certificate. I mean, he gave out solid marble trophies. And I've had like thousands of trophies. And his trophy sat on my desk for years and years and years and years. Because it was so beautiful until one of my students knocked it over and broke it. I remember even the pillars were solid marble. I mean, that's the kind of class act that he did. And unfortunately, he got sick, and got cancer and stuff, and it was just really heartbreaking. And so the time he's going through this, from beginning to worse, when he got worse and stuff like that, I would call him up and I would tell him, I say, hey, what the hell's going on with you? Do I have to go down there and kick your ass? And he just started laughing and, and then he started to cry and I started to cry and, he told me he loved me. I told him I loved him too. And, but, I always try to joke with him on stuff like that, so that way I put a smile on his face, put it that way. I did the same thing when my father passed. I'd make jokes with him, instead of being the opposite. And he thanked me for that because, he said it always put a smile on his face. And the same thing with Anthony Daniels. Always put a smile on his face. He just laughed. He goes, oh, I want to kick your ass one day. I said, I know, buddy. And then in our conversation with, I love you. And he's I know, I love you too. Because remember, a lot of these martial artists that we around, like I said before, we see them more than we see most of our families, our cousins or aunts or whatever, because we see them every weekend. We see them at tournaments, and you grow that bond. In the old days, there really wasn't too much animosity, fighting with each other like there is now. Everybody pretty much, always had each other's backs, no matter what, and it came down to it. And with Tony Daniels, like I said, he, and plus he was a hell of a good fighter. I really never seen him fight too much because, he got a little older and stuff like that. And then one day he fought, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, you're good. And he's, yeah, what do you expect? I mean, good, and he was, a heavier guy. But let me tell you, he was awesome, you know. So I just thought, you're gone, but you're never forgotten. Especially in my heart, you haven't been forgotten. Um, I got a picture of all the black belts back in that day, like Al Novak, Pat Salientes, Kim Polite, Dela Cruz. It's on my thing, and that's one picture that hangs in my front room. Is that group of people, Bill Grossman, and Tony Daniels was in there, a few others, you know. Just every weekend, it was like a family, So, like I said, I just thought that put a little shout out with Master Anthony Daniels. Just let me know that we all still love you, no matter where you're at, and you're not forgotten. And keep your people close to you, the ones that love you, and the ones that you love them. Because one day you never know when that person's not going to be around anymore. So again, I just thought I'd shout out. This is Kajukenbo After Dark. And I hope you guys enjoy this little show. I got a couple more coming. And please subscribe to the channel. It's a new channel, We get as many subscribers as we can. Like I said, it's going to be all good stuff. No politics, nothing bad, talking about anybody. It's all good stuff. So again, thank you. And if you're interested in being on the show, just give me a call at 530-545-9018. Again, I'm Senior Grandmaster Jimenez, and I thank you.